Good afternoon and happy Chinese New Year. For those of you not in China right now, it's a very festive time of the year. There's been a lot of fireworks. It's day 4 and I can still hear them going off. There are temple fairs. We've just had the Spring Festival Gala and everyone has basically stopped what they're doing and gone home for the holidays. So that means that the major cities, like right here in Beijing, have pretty much emptied out and it's all a little bit surreal. So of course that means that businesses have slowed right down. So if you're waiting for a document or an email to come back to you from China, you might have to be a little bit patient. It's just that time of the year. However, during the down season, there are always a few niche markets that do very well. I'm not just talking about sheep and goat themed products, although yes, apparently that's a booming market right now. If you're in China, you might have noticed a lot of people shaking their phones lately. Well, it's all part of the Hongbao lotteries run by internet giants Tencent and Alibaba. Hongbao is the traditional custom of giving gift money during the Spring Festival, and these days it's become popular to do online as well. With a lot of money to be made, Tencent and Alibaba have been competing for customers by throwing in bonus winnings. A heck of a lot of it. As to the outcome, well, it looks like Tencent won this round with 637 million red envelopes shared on Wednesday alone. That compares to Alibaba, who counted up 240 million envelopes worth 4 billion yuan. Of course, it's not just about winning the Hongbao customers. Last year, mobile transactions reached $1.24 trillion in China. That is 6 times the previous year, and certainly a hefty prize to be won. Well, the two tech companies may be at odds over this, but when it comes to their taxi hailing apps, they seem to see eye to eye. Last weekend, they announced that Didi Dacha and Kuaidi Dacha would be merging, essentially forming a massive company that would take up 90% of market share. Unsurprisingly, not everyone was happy about that. The companies are facing some heat after the head of Yida Yongche, a smaller taxi hailing app, filed an official complaint that the merger would result in an unfair monopoly. Meanwhile, the Greek debt crisis and dropping euro may be causing plenty of grief for some, but it's a boon to Chinese tourists who have flocked to Europe over the Chinese New Year. This year, around 5.19 million Chinese are expected to have travelled overseas during the holiday period, and yes, they are shopping. A lot. Chinese tourists apparently account for 40% of all sold luxury goods in France, and there are similar high figures across Europe. Japan too has seen an influx of Chinese shoppers, so much so that some shops are reporting that they are now out of products. That's largely being attributed to the falling yen. Meanwhile, good news on the end. China's foreign direct investment was soaring in January as overseas firms pumped more cash into the country's services sector, and it expanded by nearly 30% on an annual basis. That's the fastest in nearly 4 years. Not doing too badly. That's it from me. Have a happy New Year.